I'm Zach, and I'm here to talk about virtual LANs. So a little bit about LAN history. In the past, every computer in the building was connected with thick yellow cables that ran through cable ducts. These LANs were not organized, and many people in adjacent offices were put together on the same LAN, whether they belonged together or not. Here's an example of how the cable ducts connected the hubs and all the different computers in the corridor, which is then connected to a switch. So some changes that have been made coming to today. The cables have been changed and hubs are now switches, although the wiring pattern is the same. This allows companies a way to configure who is connected to which LAN. For example, if a company has X amount of LANs, they could buy X amount of switches. This allows them to organize who they want to connect to which LAN, since they can choose which connector plugs into which switch. Being able to organize which computers are connected to which LANs is important because it can help with security. For example, some computers may be of public use where some may contain confidential records that shouldn't leave this department. LAN efficiency. By organizing which tasks are being done on certain LANs, it allows us to increase the efficiency of our network. For example, if we have computers on certain LAN that are doing experiments and running tests, it normally will be costly to any other people that are on that LAN that wasn't participating. Another issue that can be solved with multiple LANs is broadcast traffic, which is when a user wants to send a packet to a specified IP address but the destination is unknown. The system then sends out a broadcast that contains the question, who owns IP address X? The more computers on the LAN, the more capacity is consumed. Although by limiting how many computers are on a certain LAN, we can reduce the broadcast traffic. Virtual LANs. Virtual LANs were created as a response to customers that wanted more flexibility, which led to network vendors rewiring buildings entirely in software. Virtual LANs are set up by a network administrator, which decides how many virtual LANs there will be, which computers are connected to the virtual LANs, and what the name of the virtual LANs are. Most companies use colors for the names of the virtual LANs, so when they print out color diagrams of virtual LANs members, they show in the corresponding colors that they're connected to. For virtual LANs to function properly, there has to be configuration tables set up in the bridges. This tells us which virtual LANs are accessible via the ports. This is an example of two virtual LANs that are connected to a hub. As you can see, the different stations that are connected to a bridge, which then lead to another bridge, which all connect to a hub. In the past, were the LANs organized, or did every computer get put onto one LAN whether they belonged or not?